What's up? What's good? What's pop? What's crack? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It's your man Theo Butler. And yes, I know it's late and everything like that. I already did one video. I'm sorry. I had some stuff going on today. But yeah, if you didn't catch the first video I did today, it's there. But I'm dropping this video and everything like that. Shout out to my man Brody, because Brody rocks with me, and Brody, Brody sent me down this. He sent me down at Marvel like this last week. He's like, hey, can you talk about what's going on with Marvel and the Eternals? And even though I dropped another video on it, do you not know that Marvel's still talking about the Eternals? Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. Yeah, if you know me, grow me, share this can. Yeah, y'all see how I get down? Hey, Theo, drop the music. No more music. I ran it by my wife first, and no more music. Hey, Theo, you trying to go to your channel? We rocking with you. Green screen. Green screen. I'm gonna turn it sideways though, because y'all see this. And if I'm gonna do the video like this, why not just have a green screen? So, and I'm working on getting some green screen software. But y'all already see the title. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Marvel Studios wanted to take some chances with the Eternal. That's the title. And I'm gonna read this word for word. This is from Murphy's Multiverse. Like I said, this Brody's fault. This Brody's fault. Just like Gab, you would say, hey Theo. And I'd be like, all right. And then just like, you know how sometimes Sinclair, and you be like, I'd be like, okay, all right. And then you know how Mr. Miller, Mr. AZ, you know how you be like, Mr. Smith, Miss Valerie, y'all be like, Theo, and I'd be like, okay, all right. And I still owe somebody a Blue Marvel. It's just I'm not really getting the information that I need in regards to doing a Blue Marvel video. I really want to talk about that. But between the comic book company, between the movie company, and between the toy company, yeah. Anyway, but this video right here is because we still talking about Eternal, which is, before I begin, is it me? Because if it's me, I'm gonna apologize right now. Is it me? Am I the only one that feels like Marvel is making a lot of excuses already for the Eternals movie and it ain't even been released yet? Like they doing a lot of explaining for this movie that hadn't been released yet. You know what other movie ain't been released yet? They really don't talk about it though. I'm not gonna be petty. We're gonna go ahead and get to this, but y'all already know where I'm going. Cause yeah, in case y'all didn't know, this is a low-key hashtag recast T'Challa, or else hashtag boycott Black Panther 2 video. I'm gonna always find a way to reference it because they keep making it easy. And you'll see why in a few minutes. I'm gonna read the whole article. Won't take long at all. So this is, as I said, the title. I'm taking it straight from the article. Marvel Studios wanted to take some chances with the Eternals. This is by Mr. Joseph Berry. You check him out. I'm gonna put the link in the comment section as well as in the description. And it starts off like this. And this article is dated October 31st, 2021. Wasn't that yesterday? So, says, Marvel Studios' upcoming film Eternals will explore a new aspect of the ever-expanding Marvel Cinematic Universe. For the first time, we'll start at its beginnings and explore how the universe we've come to love sparked into existence. Indie director Chloe Zhao took over the reins of this ambitious project, and it looks like they tried their hands at a project unlike any other. That actually was James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, because nobody understood why he was doing that movie. Because y'all didn't know who Guardians of the Galaxy was. Y'all didn't. And that ain't even the first team of the Guardians of the Galaxy, because when they said that, I was like, that's the team we going with. Okay. And honestly, that ain't even Drax the Destroyer. I'm actually in my feelings about how they allowed Dave Bautista, and honestly, he did what they told him to do. That's not Drax the Destroyer. Drax the Destroyer is not comic relief. That is a badass. And watch this. It's a strong argument that could be made as to who you would rather run up on first, Drax or Gamora. Yeah, anyway, going back to that, indie director Chloe Zhao took over the reins of this ambitious project, and it looks like they've tried their hands at a project unlike any other, Guardians of the Galaxy. In an interview with the Toronto Sun, Marvel Studios producer Nate Moore. I'm going to take my reading glasses off of you. Because as I keep trying to tell you, you got so much to say about everything else and so little to say about what 50% of the fan base wants you to discuss. Recasting T'Challa. It ain't going away. And just because you don't want to talk about it, don't mean it's not something you can either talk about it now or you can try and figure out why that movie tanked. I'm going to go back before I get in my feelings. In an interview with the Toronto Sun, Marvel Studios producer Nate Moore highlighted this very fact. As he pointed out, it's our most ambitious first film. Because of that, we wanted to take a big swing. A big swing. Remember that whole inclusivity thing I was talking about? This is why they took the risk. I.e., this is the film you know the least amount about when it comes to the source material and the characters. Let me go ahead and read this. It's our most ambitious first film. Because of that, we wanted to take a big swing. We wanted to take some chances and give audiences something that feels completely new. What he's saying is this. This is the first film we really giving y'all that none of y'all know anything about. Like, I know some people might feel some type of way about the brother over there at Nerd Zoid, but he right. It ain't that many Eternal fans. It's not. It's not. You probably count the Eternal fans on one hand. It's not that many. You probably got more New God fans than you got Eternal fans. And the people that when I say New God, you don't even know that Jack Kirby created them too. New God. DC. Yeah. Anyway, if you're a comic book fan, you see the similarities between the Eternals and the New Gods. If you're not, you have no idea what I just said. So don't worry about it. But this is him saying basically, you don't know anything about these people. Because of that, I'm finna do whatever in the hell I want to with the source material. He did. We wanted to take some chances. I'm gonna take liberties with the source material and give audiences something that feels completely new. Know why it's gonna be new? You ain't never heard of none of these damn characters. And if you have, these characters don't look familiar to you. And he finna give it to you in a fashion in which Jack Kirby never meant it to be. But you're gonna go along with it though. And it shouldn't feel completely new. Know why? Because The Eternals is a comic book. The new should be the movie. The experience, no, that shouldn't be new. You should be familiar with that experience if he did it based on the source material. And we know how Nate Moore is with source material. Anyway, it certainly is an ambitious project if you consider it introduces an ensemble cast of 10 aliens that explores 7,000 years of MCU history. Of course, the ambition to break their own norm may also reflect in the highly debated Rotten Tomatoes score, which currently sits lower than that of Thor: The Dark World with 60%. It's not uncommon for new ventures like these to become controversial due to their love it or hate it nature. In a way, the galactic direction for director Zhao also creates a new approach. Her work on The Rider and Nomadland show a more down-to-earth approach to storytelling. It's great to see Marvel Studios take a unique approach, and even if it's not a critic pleaser, there's a chance the project will garner quite a bit of love from viewers for trying out something new. You know what Marvel did? Where we at? Let's see where we at right here. The 8-minute, 50-second mark. Okay, here's what Marvel did. Marvel made a lot of money off of Black Panther. They didn't anticipate that movie making that much money. It's already on record. They didn't have that big of a budget. So when y'all start tripping about the animation and everything like that, you so-called movie critics, understand that they didn't give Ryan Coogler that much money to work with. So if you're going to critique something, know why you critiquing it and then point it out, articulate it so that the fans will know, oh, this is why the CG didn't look that good. Right. So essentially, you finna take liberties with this movie. You feeling that way because Black Panther, based on the amount of money you spent to make the movie, you got all that back, then some. But you didn't stick true to the source material. What you did was you pandered to a fan base, African Americans. You gave it to them, they took it. You see how I say they? I'm speaking in third person because I didn't receive it. Okay, Then you double down with Endgame. But you're not thinking. With Endgame, you gave comic book fans what they wanted. We finally got to hear Captain America say, Avengers Assemble. We know what that word means going all the way back to our childhood. Moviegoers, casual movie fans, they don't understand that. They don't understand why we felt some type of way. Good, misty-eyed and everything like that when Cap finally picked up Thor's hammer. That's something that's been mentioned, been shown in comic books for ages now. So we were looking for it. You finally paid that off. But don't get it twisted. Don't overcook the grits. You stuck close to the source material in Endgame. Thank you, Russo brothers. But in everything else, you didn't try to put your own little spin on it because you think you're making good stuff. No, you're not making good stuff, and it's going to wind up coming to bite you in the ass. Your Marvel's investment day is riding off the coattails of what you've done in the past because you pandered to certain groups. It's become past, beyond obvious that that's what you're doing. What you're forgetting is that even though you're pandering to certain groups, those groups also contain people who are actual comic book fans. You're not going to be able to just pander to black folks like they're not any actual comic book fans amongst black people. You're not going to be able to pander to just the LGBT community like they don't read comics. So you either got one or two choices on the table. You're either going to have to start respecting the source material or be prepared to take these L's repeatedly. And at some point, you're going to be worse than DC. And if that's what you want, keep doing what you're doing. But I said all that to say this. Nate Moore, you disrespecting the hell out of Stan Lee. Now I'm finna take it a step further. Because before I was like, okay, what you did with Derek Boseman. Okay, what you did with Chadwick Boseman. Okay, what you did with the character, Black Panther. Now I'm looking at you and I'm looking at you and I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you and I'm looking at you. You and Kevin Feige. You pissing on the memory of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. All these damn liberties that you taking with the source material. No, these dudes bent over backwards to make it so that everybody could have somebody to cheer for. And you bending over backwards to give us nothing but BS because you chasing the almighty dollar. Stop, bro. Stop. I'm telling you, man to man, stop. You taking liberties and you doing stuff you don't even know what you're doing. Stop. Stop. I'm saying stop because there's way too many of us across all the boundaries that know way more about these comic book characters than you do. And it's going to get to a point where more and more people are going to come forward and start calling you on your BS. And that fan base that you call yourself pandering to is going to turn their damn back on you because they know what's real. Just like what we do on this channel is we discuss what's real. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I appreciate y'all rocking with me and everything like that, but it is what it is. At some point in time, united voices are louder voices, like my man D-Real is saying and everything like that. Let's come together. These comic book characters mean something to us. Let's come together and get these characters back on track, get these movies back on track. As I said to the young brother that rocks with me and everything like that, I want him to be able to watch the Black Panther with his grandson. And this brother is in his 20s. My man, Mr. Smith is older than me. I don't want Mr. Smith to have to go another, and he ain't. He 58. And he been reading Black Panther since before I was, no, we're not doing that. We deserve better than that. Our future generations deserve better than that. And we're going to guarantee and make sure they get what they deserve. Being able to share stories with their parents and their grandparents and their grandchildren. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.